Hey, Jonathan here, and I wanted to inform everybody, hopefully for the last time, that we did lose another episode. And I know I'm telling you this right after we lost a previous episode, and it sucks. But we've backed up all the other audio onto a backup drive, and we're pretty certain that the aether will no longer take any of our audio away from us again. But nevertheless, we did lose this last one, which sucks. But the recap pretty much covers everything. It was mostly just one big combat. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoy this episode, taking place the day after the fight for Thunder Tower. And let's get right to it, shall we?
Alright. Welcome back to the table, Ring of Contrarians. After seeing strange winged creatures bombarding the Dwarven Thunder Tower, the party helped to evacuate civilians before heading upward to investigate. They encountered darkness and orcish assassins on the 10th floor. In the ensuing battle, Volah, who was conflicted about fighting the orcs, healed several dwarves and sent them on their way down, while Clive charged in and went down himself. As the last assailant was dispatched by Scythos' magic stone, the party began to search bodies, finding several mysterious orbs. Using the elevator shaft, Volah overheard the orcs discussing their plans. Bertie and Leofin headed up to the next floor to see what they could find, but as they did, the orbs began to glow, and before any of the party could react, they were all swallowed by explosions and flames. Take it away, Dean.
Alright. So last we left off, the party, just rocked by explosions, pulled themselves back together through both Volah's healing magics and Leofin's healing spirit. The party is able to get up to at least be able to walk around as the tower itself in certain parts is burning. After a quick look around, the party finds nothing but a couple of guards who you weren't able to get to in time on the upper floors, and not much else.
What do the cannons look like?
Quite destroyed. I would like to say something like banana peel looking, but yeah, you can't use them. At least the ones on the top floor, which were the most long distance cannons that the tower had.
All you have to do is buff out the scratches. It's fine.
So,
I don't think there's buffing out gaping holes, Dio.
yes.
Sorry. The dwarfs that we find, are they, they're just dead?
Yeah, they're dead.
Like charred and everything?
Yeah, they've been dead for quite a little bit. It took too long to get up here.
Okay. As Volah finds each of these dwarves, she is in a shocked phase of the fact of her not being able to actually, bring them back. So she spends a little bit longer with each of these corpses as she passes them, kind of trailing behind the party, falling extremely silent, but she does kind of pray over each of them, straighten them out if they're all kinds of crazy, and then just follows along mindlessly after the party.
Okay. So after all this is taken care of, the tower's been searched, the bodies have been brought down from the tower, and the flames have been extinguished. The party is given lodging for the night for the help that they were able to give, especially through the saving of 3 dwarves.
So they did make it out?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Who were able to make it out of the tower.
What about Tyrion and the dwarves who were on the lower floors?
There was a bit of a ruckus down there, but everyone was able to make it out without any serious injuries.
Okay, so Tyrion's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to come back to the next morning with the group waking up in a barracks.
Long rest?
Yes,
Okay.
long rest for everybody.
Thank you. Birdie's on the training ground, doing her usual morning routine.
Okay. Now, what is everybody else up to?
Siphos, he's just kind of reading his book, watching Birdie train.
Okay.
Dio's gonna be practicing in the on the training grounds with his instrument.
Okay.
Just strumming along.
Or
I'll be sitting out there next to Siphos, just kind of daydreaming, staring up at the clouds, not really trying to think about anything.
Mm-hmm.
It is getting close to what would be like dawn now, obviously, right?
Watching the sunrise.
All right. As soon as it gets to the point where the sun starts to come in, like you start to be able to see it hitting like the tops of the roofs in the city, Birdie starts getting everybody up and moving towards the docks because we need to meet our boat.
okay.
Volah left around like 5 in the morning to go to wherever they took the injured soldiers. She couldn't sleep, reads her letter before really anyone wakes, except for Zyphos. Would have left to
Okay.
go to the healing center and would have mentioned this to him. And then I'm going to send you something in the library as well that Volah tries.
Okay. Since Vola wasn't able to sleep that night, we'll just take 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Kaine's on her bed reading her manga.
Okay.
Come on, Kaine, let's go. We gotta get moving. Don't you read me? You have an amulet of telepathy. You can talk to me now. And Birdie says this in hand language or sign language,
Okay.
rather than actually saying it out loud.
No worries.
It's a silent argument.
This is the quietest argument I've ever heard. I'd much rather enjoy it. So we should keep these arguments like this. All of us need to learn DSL.
Kaine, up her thing. In a very childish manner. Like she's throwing a tantrum.
Nice.
Okay.
But Birdie's right, we need to get moving, especially after what happened here. Maybe there'll be something more we can help with once we get over to the desert.
Mm-hmm. Yes, by the way, Vola went to the temple. I don't know what she's doing, but if you need to grab her.
Does anybody know where the temple is?
Vaguely. No, that was...
Vaguely is better than nothing. Siphos, do you think you can show us where it is?
I think we could just ask somebody here.
Not
I
that-
wonder
that
if
was
this
gonna be my
city full of dwarves might know something about their own city. Probably
It's
not.
Probably better.
No. Let's go with Siphos. Let's go Siphos leading us.
Let's go with, why don't you take Clive and go fetch her and meet us at the boat?
All right.
Dio, to be fair, I would have agreed with you. That was going to be the plan.
Hi.
Birdie
Hi.
gives...
Sometimes we think alike.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Right. I have a disguise cap and you've got a disguise spell.
Mine's not the spell, it's a transformation of self. It's not the spell.
Birdie, does that sound like magicy wagicy stuff?
You're all a bunch of magicy wagicy folks. Now,
Don't give all.
You're so special. Oh my gosh, you sparkle. You such pretty babies. Dio, go find Vola and meet us at the docks, please.
I am a snowflake. Don't you dare call me a sparkle.
Sapphire.
So, Dio's gonna go ask a guard, hey, where's the temple?
After you ask the guard, he gives you some brief direction. Essentially, it's back towards the wall of Orwell, kind of under the second ramp down. It's a nice temple towards the mother. Lots of stone carving of vines and such all
I'll leave Clive outside and go inside.
Okay.
Volah.
As he walks in, I'm just helping in general with wrapping, crafting medical pastes, healing whatever minor injuries I can with them. And once he comes in, without actually really like turning to look at him, just yes, Dio.
Hi, it's time to leave.
She kind of turns around very quickly in shock. We're leaving.
Hi, do you know what time it is? It's
No.
morning.
Yes, but
We have to go.
she kind of like gestures to like all of these people that are here, and like, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, there's a lot of other people in danger too. Alright, and there's people who can take care of these. We don't know about the ones we're gonna have to go take care of.
She kind of just like grimaces, tells whoever is in charge like a whole bunch of like tricks and advice and gives orders, and then just kind of like walks out angrily past Dio.
The person you are telling all this stuff to is just taking care of someone and just like nodding. An elderly dwarf just
Is a dwarf who's been doing this a while.
We'll take care of it, dear.
Didn't realize being this short would mean I'd always be talked down to. Dio goes out and gets on Clive and then matches pace with Volah as they walk down the street.
You do not feel a connection.
Okay.
All right.
Connection to who? No?
Oh.
That's the note.
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know.
Okay, I'm confused.
Personal thing.
Got it.
Did I miss something?
So,
Everybody just missed something.
all right. Now, as the party will meet up at the docks, remembering where the harbor master told you the Dark Toe was, y'all find Jory and a bunch of his crew getting on board. Just kind of, he's talking to 3 people as you're walking up, and you can hear him saying, "Yeah, we'll see what they have to say about it, but we're probably gonna have to go with that anyway." And he sees you coming up, and he's like, "All right, boys, get on board and make sure all the fellows are ready for sail. All right." Well, good seeing you. I heard y'all had a bit of something to do with what happened up on that tower last night.
Hey, well, don't blame us.
Not blaming you, just saying good work.
By the way, where's our smile?
Yeah,
It'd have been better if it
Considering
hadn't
what-
blown up.
yeah, considering that the tower blew up last night, I'm not feeling too joyful. You're lucky I'm still here.
Touche.
So, are we ready to set sail, Captain?
Yes, we are, and boys and I have talked it over. Decided we're gonna probably be making a bit of a change to the schedule. Probably suit your party quite fine, but instead of taking so much time going up the coast, we've decided that just making a straight runs to Korik would be a lot better for us.
Aye, that's how we get consumed by sea monsters. I knew it'd go down like this.
Ignore him. What else?
That's pretty much it. It'll cut our trip from it was about 4 days into just a little over 1. It'll be about 28 hours.
That's not bad.
Oh.
Right, actually. Leofin, do you have a wind spell? Get us there faster.
Not something that would be useful on a boat, no.
You don't have gust?
I don't have it attuned either way.
Does Volah know anything
What
about
good are
that
you?
part of, I guess, ship course?
For the Gulf, no, you're on the other
Yeah,
side
I
of
was
the
like,
spine, so your father's never sailed these waters.
Birdie was mostly land-based, but would she know anything about the shipping lanes at all?
Give me a history check.
Cyphers don't know shit about water. He knows it's wet.
Real quick, the object is pushed 10 feet away from you. He isn't pushing it with enough force to cause damage.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
God.
Like gust. I
Yeah.
don't. You want me to stand up above the mast? and
It's just filling the sails with
Yeah,
air.
you're not
I mean,
really
if we
doing
have
it.
to run really fast, it would put more air in the sails.
We would be better
Yeah,
off.
I mean,
Oh
It's
yeah.
a cantrip. You can just keep throwing it.
it's like a
6
fan.
seconds.
It's like a fan on a boat. You're gonna have to have a really powerful fan,
That's
and
what
you're
I
just
was-
gonna barely move
tiny
anywhere.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, you're talking about the picture of just like the.
Yeah.
I would need to be behind,
Do I know any
going away
stories?
from the boat.
Yeah.
It's a
Just so, like,
13.
A 13?
Mhm.
You've heard that it's a route that's been sailed quite a bit. Nothing special.
Okay.
You're wanting
Yeah, see if I know any stories.
any stories? You would know
Nothing.
mostly like folktale stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
I need a reason to be terrified.
Reason to be terrified. Just give me a history check
So
as
you
well.
want to know what monsters are going to eat you on this part of the
Oh.
ocean? Is that what it is?
The
Oh,
You
giant
want you
koi
want
fish.
you want a
18.
boogeyman. You get a boogeyman. So
What boogeyman does he get? I need to write this
Yeah.
down.
you remember tales of sea monsters, those of giant squid that would tow boats down to the bottom, dark depths, sea serpents that could have wrapped themselves around the keel of a ship and crack it in two, sirens that would fly out of the waters themselves and chant people to come back in with them and then take them to their watery graves where they rested forever with their new loves. You know, a few monsters in the sea. Good luck sleeping tonight.
Dio will keep these tales to himself. He has a plan. Dio always has a plan.
Okay.
I'm actually quite excited to go sailing. Never been on an actual sailboat before.
Right. If I recall correctly, our last trip on a boat did not go so well.
Well,
What do you mean?
Hi.
Am I going to finally hear this story?
Why don't we hear this story on the boat?
Oh, I think
Yeah,
we
we
would.
probably should get on. He looks back at you.
Alright, seasickness, my friend.
Okay, fine.
Right.
So everybody get on board. We're about to set sail.
As they're walking up the dock, Birdie grabs an extra bucket that's just like on the pier,
That's being
and as they get up on there, she just hands the bucket to Dio and keeps walking.
Alright, thanks. I'm a bit.
I think were you okay the last time?
Hi, no, it was me and Leofin that were sick on the boat.
I thought it was you and Ugol too.
No, not Uthal. Uthal got sick from eating, I think a beholderkin.
Yeah, no, but.
I had to bathe that
Oh
out.
yeah, he was naturally a sea.
Aye.
Yeah.
He was a sailor.
Right. Me and him were. Yeah. We might need another bucket, buddy.
Don't worry. I'm much hardier this time. I've got more oomph in my system.
I asked him like what the
we-
seas are like if how rough.
They're going to be a bit choppy this time of year, but this should make it fine. So, as he looks at everybody, he's like, there's also buckets in downstairs and behind the stairs.
This should be fun.
Set sail, and the sails drop, and the anchor is risen. The boat launches.
Hi, Volah.
Huh.
Don't mention the last time we were on a boat.
What the last time that we got attacked by orcs?
It was goblins.
Wait, no, yeah.
It was goblins.
Sorry, my mind is elsewhere.
Aye, I can tell. On orcs. Anyway,
I'm sorry if it's a shock.
I'm telling you, don't tell the captain about how he set a boat on fire last time.
Can I hear him?
We didn't do. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, right, good. That's the right answer.
13.
Oh.
Technically, we are whispering.
Whispering aside. You can tell that they're whispering, that's about it. Yeah.
Cycles really wants to hear the fucking story.
Someday, Cyphos. Someday.
Okay. So, the day tends to go without any aplomb. The captain, well, the first mate shows you to your hammocks, gives you a rundown of what your duties on board are. Essentially just keeping an eye out, helping out with menial chores until you're needed for any combat type situation.
Dio, instead of doing menial chores because he's above that, will be performing on deck to lift the spirits of the rest of the sailors.
Volah does the more complicated things.
Singing sea shanties.
Alright. Give me a performance check.
Cycles must challenge Leofin to some dragon dice. Or dragon chess.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I rolled a 13 plus 8, 21.
Yeah. Do a fine sea shanty. Johnny Lever, I would say Flying Dutchman, but Flying Dutchmen don't exist in this world. It's a shame.
Well, we'll just say it's a literary creation of Dio.
Yeah.
Dio created the Flying Dutchman.
A drunken sailor,
Ah,
which is,
The Legend of Anne Bonny.
yeah.
Or Bonny.
And you sing for quite a while, and the crew does enjoy it. Were you playing with your? Was it just pure vocal shanty? With a
vocal shanty with my cittern.
Cittern?
Yeah.
All right, you two, Cyphos and Leofin, I need you to make
Procrastination check.
add a 15 to that. We'll get on it.
Wow, natural 20. Yeah, still fucked up. Man, you got nothing, Bill.
Congratulations.
I wouldn't shirk my duties. I would just play a round or two.
If I see them playing, Volah's like, well, at least we know that nothing will die this time around.
Give it a minute. I'm sure something will happen. I'm sure Theo will piss off the guard. Or piss off the boatmen. What are they called? Sailors?
Well, there's
I don't
lots
do
of
boats.
different jobs. Bosun is one of the jobs on a ship.
I don't do boats. I just kind of stay on the ground.
History check. That is incorrect, sir. If I recall all the times that we've gotten in trouble with the law, most of the time it was the other party members, not Dio. Dio has actually talked his way out of many situations, including a guard situation that he caused.
Here's the thing. A couple situations, most notable situation. Which one's greater in the mind?
The most notable situation, like
Whenever
being
you-
imprisoned by the Prime.
No, whenever you got caught and then shot in the ass and then decided to make a run away from the guards.
You were not there. You got that story told for
He's the one who pulled the arrow out of your ass.
Actually, Kaine pulled it out of my ass.
Nope,
No.
it was Cyphos.
It was Cyphos.
Kaine helped.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I they didn't.
No, Kaine pulled.
Correct.
Incorrect.
It was Cyphos.
Sorry.
I
for
have
that.
a picture in my journal drawn of Cyphos pulling an arrow out of Tio's ass.
Hurt like a bitch.
Yeah. Because Cyphos fucked up the first pull. He was like, oops.
Forgot.
I think I may have pushed it in deeper.
Oh, forgot I'm a warlock.
You actually have a more muscular ass than I thought you would.
He is a stout.
That ass.
That stout ass, though.
That stout ass thing.
How frozen actually is my holy symbol?
Actually, that's a
it's-
good question. We haven't asked about that in a while.
Yeah, no, that thing is,
Popsicle.
Ice cold.
yeah, it's got frost built up on it, like,
If you licked
Oh.
it, your tongue would stick for sure.
oh, it's past that point.
Oh,
It's like
no.
deep freezer hasn't been cleaned out for a while, ice building up on your holy symbol. Yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh shit.
I find just like some seawater, and I in between doing my chores, I like dunk it in there to see what it does.
As soon as it touches water, you can start seeing like crystallization forming in the water.
Seawater?
Yeah.
Oh
That's
shit.
how cold it is.
Does Birdie see that?
I get kind of concerned, and I just put it back.
This fucking ring, man.
I was about to say, just outside of meta, Cyphos did say that he does have an extra pouch
Yeah.
if you need to.
Yeah, but you kept staring into it very oddly. Volah doesn't trust you with this.
I'm just more curious.
Okay. You two, I need you making insight checks.
11 plus 3, so 14.
17 plus 1, 18.
Okay.
Beat your ass, son.
Okay. And 2 more times.
Okay.
Best out of 3.
11 plus 3, 14.
7 plus 1, 8.
Okay. Tie.
11 plus 3, 14.
Jesus.
Consistency.
6 plus 1,
Okay.
7.
So, out of the... Yeah.
Birdie comes by as they're playing that particular game and just moves a piece as she walks past.
Okay.
And Cyphos forgets where it was.
Yeah. So, as out of the gate, Cyphos came out strong, and like a seagull, like, came out of nowhere, flying around the ship, lands, like, right next to you on the railing, and you're like, what the fuck? And Birdie comes by and slips a piece around. Like, doesn't like, move it, switches them out between 2 pieces, so when you come back, you're looking at the board, you don't notice anything too obvious out of place, and then Leofin is able to take the vantage and just
You cheat!
consistent.
I had like 70 pounds of rope on his shoulder as I'm walking past. Just go, assholes. Keep going.
Alright, so as the day goes by, it starts to get towards nighttime. You've been traveling for a good 12 hours at this point. And there's a bit of a fog drifting in. The party eventually starts going to sleep. Okay, so who's taking the first shift?
Cyphos will take all the shifts.
Uh,
Cyphos will be on every shift, though.
Okay.
Birdie will take the third shift.
I'll take the first shift.
Alright. Well, fuck me, right? I guess I'll take second shift. In the crow's nest.
I was supposed to say, yeah, you gotta just call that shit, man.
Okay. With that in order,
Volah still has incense. I think she's only burned like 2.
Yeah.
I bought like 7, so I still have 5. I burn another one. Well,
Yeah.
we sleep, especially since last night was rough.
59.
15. Yep, that passes.
Alright, so I'm down to.
I believe you're down to,
I'm back to fully rested.
yeah,
And
45.
so 45 is my new goal.
No, I think you're down to...
Now you're down to 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because we're dropping at 15 each time.
No, I just won't have nightmares about it anymore. I'll have forgiven myself.
I'm glad one of us can. Oh, these scars, they hurt so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't actually stab me.
You say that to her when she's on watch with you, she's going to punch you in the eye.
Oh yeah, no, Cyphos don't say shit.
So you're able to
I
sleep.
got stars from stabbing people. Dio over
At least I'm
here.
not
It's the very
doing
beginning.
scales.
So, we're going to go to first watch with Leofin and Cyphos.
And about what time does our watch start, roughly? Like, is it
The watch
night
will...
or...
Yeah, it's gotten dark. It's probably around 8 o'clock if you were to ask Birdie, but she's asleep, so who the fuck knows?
Do I get advantage, or do we both roll individually?
Ask for one person to roll. The other one can take
Or what's your?
You take advantage.
Oh yeah, you go for it.
Highest passive perception in the group.
This one's been doing a lot of invading. Let's try this one.
I wish you'd stuck with the other one. I really wish you'd stuck with the other one.
So 13?
13? Well, the night seems to go by without any problems. You see that the fog around the ship is getting a bit thicker, but you can't see anything untoward out on the sea. Everything on the boat itself is running smoothly as far as you know. And, yeah, it's just kind of a peaceful moment. Your shift goes without a hitch. We're going to move on to second shift. Dio and Sifos.
Okay, that was a great. That was much better. 21. 16 plus 5.
Nice.
Okay. As you and Sifos are sitting at the top of this crow's nest, another dude was happy to go down for a little while you sit up here. It's pretty cold. The fog has thickened a little bit. Don't see much out of order. Damp building up on you and starting to shiver from the temperature dropping down so much, but it goes, it's pretty uneventful. With the second shift being uneventful, we're going to move on to the third shift. With
she's +0, so I'm going to roll.
Birdie and Sifos. Okay.
Here. Don't fuck me.
Are you sure about that?
No. Oh, cool! 18 plus 1, 19.
Okay.
I see the world.
As it
As
truly
far
is.
as fog can go.
As far as the fog will let me.
Yeah. As you're traveling, as the boat is sailing, where are y'all on the boat, by the way?
Are you still up in the crow's nest?
Sure.
Because I'd be at the bow of the boat.
Yeah, I just stayed on the crow's nest.
Okay.
Just kind of.
There's not really a whole lot of room for two full-size people in a crow's nest, generally.
There's barely enough for us.
Especially in a skiff. So I'm at the prow of the boat, like at the front.
That's why we didn't say anything.
So,
I'll never speak up this day anyway.
Holding my little halfling.
As he's standing on the railing.
That's why we didn't say anything. We were distracted.
so fucking Titanic.
Speaking of which,
No.
This gets slowly sinking.
So, with Birdie on the Ballo ship, Sifos in the crow's nest. Sifos, you notice that the air has been over time. It hasn't just like hit you all of a sudden, but the air feels a lot muggier, a lot warmer. Not as cold as it was before. And in the distance you can see, barely make out what could be a landmass. Birdie, you sitting here thinking to yourself, you do realize that y'all have been heading north this entire time.
Like straight from Warwell? North?
For your entire shift.
Okay.
Y'all were heading west for quite a long time,
And now we've turned.
and from your own perceptions, you're heading north.
Hey, Birdie. I think I see land.
Knowing that I have a vague recollection of trade routes and stuff like that. Are there any smaller islands in the middle of the
In the Gulf, none that you know of.
And we shouldn't be close enough to the shore by this point to be running aground.
From what you know, y'all were heading straight for the
Center.
not for the center. It was more more cutting straight towards that name just completely escaped my name.
You had it. I mean, you said it earlier.
Korik.
Korik.
Heading straight for Korik.
Okay.
And this could be the shore. It's about the time that you might be able to see it, but you shouldn't be heading straight towards it. It should be on the starboard side of the ship as you're like starting to pass by, and then you're gonna turn.
Yeah. Are there
To
any
follow
other
the coast.
are there any other crew members on deck?
There's a few, just a skeleton crew, and
I grab the closest one, tell him to wake the captain immediately.
okay.
Are there torches on deck at all?
There are some.
Okay. I'm going to light one of my arrows
Okay.
with a torch and fire it as best that I can in the direction of this landmass. I've got a pretty decent range with a longbow, just to see how try to gauge distance because the fog's making it real hard to gauge.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not trying to damage anything, just trying to hit something.
Yeah. The crewman does go, gets the captain, wakes him up, and brings him to you as you're letting loose a lit arrow off into the distance.
15.
Yeah, you just needed a 10. You're shooting
Yeah.
into the vastness of the fog.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just gauging distance.
You shoot it out, and you see this arrow fly for quite a ways, and then you see it hit something, and it's just you can barely make out the pinprick of flame in this fog, and then you can hear the scraping and feel the rumbling as the ship runs aground onto something.
Huh.
No one specified that they were warning the person driving the fucking boat.
I was about to say, yeah.
I didn't know that there was anybody currently driving it.
I thought there were.
I was about to say there's a skeleton crew with someone at the helm.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, go get the captain. And it was like, okay.
I don't have the authority to tell them to stop. I'm a
So-
Land ho!
Oh, great to know.
By the way, your crew, I don't know if they didn't want to listen. I said there was land coming up. They didn't listen. I blame that guy. I just point the person at my
Just
face.
some random dude. He's just looking up at you like, the fuck, man?
He didn't listen. I said land. I know. Good crews. Hard to find. Sorry.
Approximate how far?
Away from you,
Yeah.
you can see this arrow is probably about 500 feet away.
500 feet.
Yeah.
Captain,
Hey.
what the fuck is that?
And as you're both looking, the fog. Yes.
Does this wake?
Yes, this wakes everybody.
Okay. Once I feel the rumbling, I go up. With dark vision, can I make out anything more even though there's fog? I would be a little accustomed to it, so I'm like, I don't...
I was just about to get into this. So,
Did we make it?
as you're looking at this, the fog is starting to clear up a little bit,
That's not me.
and you can see that there is in fact a very large island in front of you, or a very large landmass in front of you, with your arrow out in the distance stuck into what looks like a pine tree, or not a pine tree, a palm tree.
I think you might have just started a forest fire. It's a palm tree.
So, the captain looks at the land and Jackson, come here.
Did we just discover a new island?
He
Or a
walks up,
mutiny.
walks up to the person who was at the helm at this time. Jackson, what? We kept our heading, correct? So, yes, sir.
We're going due north. What do you mean we kept our
No,
heading?
we're still heading west. I haven't moved the I haven't moved the wheel. I've just been sitting there like this.
We are I am. And Birdie is like, with her arms, like, doing the lanes in front of her. We are going north right now. This is north.
That doesn't make sense.
We call her.
I haven't
So,
turned the ship at all.
Well, Jackson, I don't
Would
know.
Vola know if there's something that could change a ship's course without actually steering?
There are a few things that could. Very strong currents, or, God forbid, a whirlpool.
Oh, we're aground on something. I don't think it's a whirlpool.
Yeah.
Vola's just like, you do know that there are certain things that can change a ship's course despite not actually turning.
Yeah, and that's why we kept on a certain heading. We're going with the current.
Where's your compass?
Really, Kirk?
I point it.
Not me, Cyphos.
Cyphos, that's my
I
joke.
know which way we're heading.
It's
compass.
up here, and he takes you up to the wheel, and he shows you the compass sitting off to the side. He's like, see, I tell you, we're heading straight. Oh.
Oh?
And it itself is pointing directly north.
Of course.
I could have sworn we were heading... I swear to you, Captain, we were heading west.
Birdie does the weird, the irritated face with the scrunched nose. She's like, mm-hmm.
And the captain himself is looking at the compass and looking over at the land, and he's like, I'm not saying I don't believe you, boy, but something ain't right here.
Captain, I'm not as familiar with shipping lanes as I am with overland trade routes.
You know?
But, correct me if I'm wrong, there aren't any archipelagos in the Gulf, are there?
No, there isn't. And as far as I know, there's no land masses around here that have fucking palm trees on them either.
How on fire is that palm tree right now?
That tree
Is it a torch? It's a giant torch now? Yes?
That tree is starting to smolder.
Revenge!
While everyone's talking, while they're discussing, I would like to throw on my detect magic.
As I ask him, do you feel anything good about this cloak, maybe?
I
Yeah,
see.
boss.
See, Captain? There were monsters. I was right.
It's a palm tree, Dio.
Ah, it's not the Oh, right, that explains it. It's the middle of winter. We're not anywhere near where palm trees are supposed to be at. Sea monsters, I'm telling you.
So, looking at as soon as you throw on your magic eyes, which is detect magic. I
Yes,
hope
detect
no
magic.
one.
Sorry.
I hope no one has been thinking that Cyphos just has like magic eyes that he carries around all the
He's still the
time.
eyes of giants.
He went blind and he just put two Mad-Eye Moody eyes in.
No,
They constantly go in weird directions.
it's detect magic. It's just a way of us to say it.
I actually have the little imp that I had.
No.
I stole his.
Okay, as soon as you throw on your magic eyes, you look around and the fog does seem to be giving off a bit of ambient magic.
Any particular kind?
No.
If it's any constellation, the boy might be right. The fog's magic.
Okay, we're in the fucking ocean with magical fog.
Hold on.
Where's Kaine?
Hi. Cyphos, good joke. Nice constellation. Get it? Hi. Nice.
Do you have to slap the shit out of you?
Hi, he's the one who said it.
Maybe.
It's not what he meant!
I still don't get it.
Well, maybe we should go have a look around.
Where's Kaine?
We're on a ship. Where are we gonna go look?
I mean,
She's
get off
probably
the
still
ship and
downstairs.
go onto the island. We've run aground anyways. We're gonna have to get off to get the ship moving again.
I don't know how deep that water is, and if it's above 3 feet, I'm gonna have a problem.
How close are we to the land? Like, are we just straight up like up on the?
You're not right up on land. From what it looks like, you're kind of stuck on a reef.
So we're like how far off from the land?
Volah goes under to check the hull of the ship. Well, they discuss this.
Birdie
Okay.
goes to find Kaine.
Okay. Y'all are about, again, 500 feet away.
Okay, that was to the land. Okay, I thought it was just like
Yeah.
tree.
Well,
Well, it's on
You-
the edge of the land.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. I guess I missed that part.
Well, there's rowboats. I
Nope,
hope.
there are a few rowboats tied off to the side of the ship.
Tell you what. Regular group, stay here. Adventurers, let's do our thing. Let's go see.
Volah's
I agree.
down
with this.
under.
I'm saying it whoever's up top.
I like this idea.
Damage to the hull.
Not much.
Volah tries to mend what she can. As long as it's not more than a foot, I can fix it.
Okay. We'll say that you're able to patch it fairly well.
Yeah. If I can't mend it, I would know how to fix the hole, so she
Yeah.
would.
You're able to patch it up. There isn't any immediate leaks going on right now, so you're good.
I just want to make sure that if we go to this island, I'm gonna have a ship to come back to.
Yeah. Just leave and come back, and there's just like the nose of the ship just poking out of the water. Like,
I
well,
don't
we
know why.
fucked.
I picture it from the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Just Jack's on the crow's nest, and we're just slowly sinking as we get closer and closer. We're all just huddled up there, being like, "Dio, don't sink."
Okay, so Birdie goes looking for Kaine. Where's Kaine? Just laying on a hammock, or what?
She is down under, like, just like in this part of the ship while reading her manga.
Where our hammocks were, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Birdie walks up and just, like, lightly rocks Kaine's hammock. Says, Kaine, we need you up top.
But I was just getting to the good part.
Yeah, well, we've run aground on a reef, and there's an island that isn't supposed to exist that exists in front of us. So, adventure?
Oh, that's just like the book that I'm reading right now.
That does not make me at all happy or secure, but we need to go up front.
Fine. I want to go see the tentacle people.
Birdie's eyes just kind of go wide for a second as she turns away and heads back up front.
All right, see you up top. Bye.
Like, do I get an image flash of like?
As she starts to try and turn the book to you to show you, it's like, nope, walk away.
Okay, so as the party gets together onto a rowboat. Yes.
Hold on, I whistle for Clive.
Do you think we should
What are
leave?
you putting a goat on a rowboat to you?
Hi, a goat boat.
Does he? Is this like the scene from the Road to El Dorado, where
The horse.
Altivo just jumps off the ship, following the apple
And
type
No.
thing? Or okay, thank
No.
God.
Because Clive has a brain.
Thank
Clive
God.
he gets to the end and just beefs it off.
Clive is looking at y'all, looking at the boat, and then turning around and walking down the stairs.
Clive! Alright, you know what? Fuck you, you goat. Alright, Clive's not joining us.
Yeah.
There must be mysterious powers at work here.
Or he's
Yes,
just
that's-
more
it's-
intelligent than we give him credit for.
It's this weird mystical thing in the air called common sense.
Hi.
I don't know what it is. It's insane.
Alright, time to go to the
We don't have
island.
any.
No.
Alright, let's start rowing.
We don't have enough rope, do we?
We have lots
I
of
got
rope.
plenty of rope.
Do we have 500 feet worth of rope?
We have a lot of
Probably a
rope.
little less than that, but close.
Got 5 feet right here.
I have 300 feet.
You will not even.
Yeah, we have 300 feet of rope.
I asked the captain if he has 200 more feet of rope. I'm assuming he might. We're on the boat. I don't really know.
He's just gonna
Yeah.
anchor here. He doesn't.
Yeah, we're
You don't
just.
need to tie the boat.
I don't think it's that.
Why you need
Mythical
rope?
fog.
Paranoia.
The fog has cleared around this area.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
then never
it's,
mind.
it's, it's
I was like,
sort
if
of
this
like
fog stays, I'm wanting a rope
Yeah,
to just
no.
kind of like
that. Make sure we
pull
actually
me
have
back to the
something.
fucking ship. All right, never mind. We're good then. Scratch that idea.
Dio casts dancing lights around the tiny ship.
Okay.
The rowboat.
I row.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I try to look at Leo and see, Gus will come in handy. She wouldn't have to be rowing.
This boat doesn't have a sail.
He just has to blow behind us.
It pushes. I don't think you know how that works, but
I
alright.
don't.
So
I really don't.
as the party rows towards the island, the sun is just cresting over the sea, and you are. By the time you hit shore, it's dawn. It's everything's lit fairly well, and it's only gonna get brighter as the day goes on.
How on fire is the tree?
The tree became a beacon and fell over onto the beach, and has just been towards the water.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was like, please don't tell me we started a forest
it was
fire.
leaning towards the water and fell onto the beach, and has just been burning as y'all reached it.
Oh, good. Lord of the Flies.
I kind of just look over at these two. So, now that we're alone and not near the captain, who set the boat on fire?
You don't
I
know,
don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I told you, goblins set the boat on fire. We're fighting goblins, and they set the boat on fire.
I'm calling bullshit on
I
that.
look at Leofin.
It's actually been a while. I think it was Volah who set the boat on fire.
It's the goblins.
That's why she was always so mad about us talking about it. But it was for a good cause.
I gave those people a Viking funeral.
Okay. Here's all I ask. Don't set that boat on fire. This is the first time I'm on an actual boat. Please. Well,
It's not-
the first time in a long time.
Hi.
There's not goblins on that boat.
Hi. As far as we know.
It's you people. I assume everything's just gonna be on fire at some point.
I
Just-
didn't set the tree on fire. She did.
How about this? The only boats that would be set on fire are ones who are trying
Filled with
to
goblins?
engage us and filled with goblins.
Okay.
Or orcs.
I just want to
Not
point out
cool.
that setting a boat
They're
full of
gonna be
fire genasi
pirates.
on fire is not going to be helpful.
Is goblin.
Okay, well, maybe not then.
And we hit ground.
Oh no, y'all been standing on the beach for a while now. Standing by a burning palm tree.
At least I'm warm now.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh no, you've been
that's
warm
right,
for
muggy,
quite a while.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's pretty muggy.
it's it feels more tropical now.
Vola does not like this humidity.
Yeah. It's,
Now. Oh, sorry.
I'm used to heat.
Hi. Now that we're on the island, what's breakfast?
What's your with heat?
No, Dio, we have for a reason.
Hi,
Why are we here?
Breakfast.
Actually, that's a really good question. Why are we here? Why don't we just fucking like back the fuck out and actually go west? Why did we come to the island?
Cyclos Island.
Hi. You're
I'm going back.
We're not claiming this island in the name of you.
Rifter Island.
Fair enough.
Alright.
All right, time
New
to do it.
headquarters! Guys, we're getting an island. And it's free!
Hi.
Because it's an island that appeared out of nowhere. Do you not want to see what's on it?
No!
Oh. You and I have very different tastes.
I want to see the tentacle people.
It kind of just takes off. She's like, I'm gonna go see these tentacle people.
Is Kaine running through the woods? Is that what she does?
Yes.
Oh my god!
So,
Okay.
You were worried about this episode.
For different reasons, but we'll
I know
continue.
why he's worried about this
Oh yeah,
episode.
that's gonna be bad.
So as Kaine runs out into the woods jungle, it looks like a mixture of both, and the rest of the party is kind of looking around. You can see that the beach that you're on right now kind of is a crescent, and off onto one of the other sides you can see what looks like another ship that had been completely run ashore. And Kaine yelling out as she is in a bit of a pickle. Kaine, you ran into a not a tentacle monster. You ran into quicksand.
Zyphos, get out the rope.
Throw her the immovable world. Don't throw her the immovable world. I lied. Don't do that.
I absolutely was not going to do that.
I was about to say, dude,
Guys,
hide off over
Maybe
here.
the tentacle people are pulling me under.
No, that's not how that works, Kaine.
Just
That's
don't
quicksand.
guys, I have fly and levitate. I can get her out of this. Thank you very much.
Well, if you want to do it the easy way, sure.
Yeah, I do want to do this the easy way.
I want to get off the fucking island.
All right.
Well, I mean,
I should have just not agreed to roll your asses out
I
here.
don't know what you did.
I don't know why either. I thought there was an actual point to this.
As much as Dio wants to sneak away, he's not going to do that.
Oh, thank God.
He's-
We're gonna lose Dio on this stupid island.
It's going to be harder to find, but he's going to cast levitate on Kaine.
What does levitate do again?
One creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. So I say I lift her out of the thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we throw her a rope and just kind of pull her through the
Yeah.
air.
Okay.
Like a Kaine balloon.
Yeah.
She's a kite nay.
That's another one for the jaw.
No, that one is completely in canon.
So
Still for the jaw.
I mean, I'll agree with that.
Do
As the
you
party-
see anything 20 feet up in the air?
as the party pulls Kaine behind them, heading back towards the beach. Yes.
I'm gonna grab the rope and kind of just run. I'm making this happen.
Okay. As Zyphos runs with Kaine's rope,
Zyphos, what are you doing?
Vantage point. She can see everything.
Put me down! This isn't what I saw in the main cast!
how long does levitate last?
10 minutes.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes.
Great. Kaine, I need you to make a perception check. Was just gonna make this passive, but now you're pulling her and she's freaking out, so
19.
and 19.
Nice.
Okay.
See, I helped.
In your frantic panic, there's no other good word for it. You are looking around and you can see that this beach is not the only crescent beach. The one on the other side, on both sides, it looks like it kind of, from what you can see, it looks like they come out to a point as well, and you can barely see that they also are in a crescent-like shape from your vantage. And on the crescent.
There's four.
There's 3 as far as you can tell right now. You can also see towards the center of the island, there is a rather large, looks like a large stone that might be made of might have been carved decoratively. And on the beach to your right, there is a humanoid running from what looks like a pack of dogs.
Oh.
So,
And
There's-
that's it.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, great. Are they running in our direction from that other ship?
They are running towards y'all.
Oh.
Where is the other ship in?
Relation to us.
Yeah, the other ship is on that beach.
Okay.
Oh.
Is it
Yeah.
in the direction that they're coming from, or is
Yes.
it behind us? Okay. Ebola.
Only Kaine sees this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I
Yeah.
see some tentacle people.
What?
Tentacle people, I see them. They're
Why
over
are you
on the
asking
right.
what? It's
They're coming
telepathy.
to us.
I know. It's just I don't.
Tentacle people are running towards us.
I know. I'm trying to wrap brain around that.
I look
Vola
over.
pulls out her warhammer. She's like,
I look over in the direction Kaine mentioned. She said to the right.
Cyphus is gonna do mage armor.
Okay. So as this is happening, a very large, very green, very tusk-toothed humanoid bursts through some foliage and is running towards y'all, followed by 4 very nimble-looking dogs that are just rushing behind it. And all of a sudden, you can see there was just him, and then there was a dog on his back, just riding him down to the ground, biting at his shoulder.
Can I arrow that dog?
Roll for initiative, everyone. Dio.
I got a 11.
Birdie.
8.
Alright.
Yay! I'm actually gonna
And
go.
Vola.
15.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
I'm going to start top of the round with doggo number 1. This other dog rushes up on this orc who is now prone and being mauled by the previous dog and does an attack on him. And that's definitely going to hit. Rolled a 19. So he's going to take 4 points of damage. Cool. So as this dog just rushes up and just bites down on his arm, just whipping its head back and forth, trying to tear flesh away, the orc's just crying out. And we're going to go over Cyphos and Vola, you're on deck.
Okay, Cyphus would like to throw a fireball. Right there.
Right there?
Right there. They need to make a, I believe it's Dex. Yeah, Dex of 14. Everything. Literally
So,
everything.
right here,
Yep.
and then it has a 20
Foot radius. Yeah.
foot radius.
Again, yeah. I understand what's happening.
Yeah, okay. Cool. So, dogs.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's everything.
everybody. So,
It's
great.
the everything.
Alright, so, and the DC was what?
14. Dex 14.
Okay.
Oh, hey, cool.
That dog failed. The furthest dog failed. The dog pounced on the orc, actually rolled a natural 19, so that's cool.
Nice.
And the dog mauling his arm rolled a natural 17. Amazing. And prone, he rolled a 2, so it doesn't fucking matter.
31 damage. 31 fire damage.
31 fire damage.
Yeah, the 2 that are on him take, what's half?
Half 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 16.
16 rounded
Yeah.
up.
How do you want to kill those other 2 dogs? Explain it to me, because they only had 22 hit points.
You see Sifos raise his hands, and a conjure of like this teal, almost like this teal-like aqua fire ring starts coming around his hand, and he raises his hands and he shouts something draconic, something related to fire. This giant orb of teal leaves his hand and slams in, charring everything around it, singeing the 2 fuckface dogs, doing some damage to the orc, and almost turning the other 2 into immediate ash.
Yeah. The orc is looking pretty rough.
It's an orc,
and
so too bad.
And the
They
other
almost
2
blew me up.
dogs are just covered in burns, and their skin is kind of cracking at this point if they're moving. Volah, it's your turn.
So I grab my light hammer.
Okay.
And I throw it at this dog.
The one that's
The
on
one-
him.
Yeah, that's on his
Okay.
back.
What's the range on your light hammer?
60. 60 is the max. After that, I take disadvantage. So it's like 20 to 60? It says
After
20 to 60.
After 20, you take disadvantage.
Okay.
60 is the max that
maximum
you
it
can
can
throw.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
I still do that.
So take disadvantage on that.
Oh!
What was that?
Oh, it was a nat 20!
And then it flipped to a 2.
No, it was a 20, but I grabbed
She
it.
accidentally hit it.
I
Yes.
grabbed, yeah.
Okay.
Just do it again.
Damn it, Birdie!
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
cool.
don't blame Birdie for that. That's all aiming. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it would have been a 9.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you reach back and just hurl your hammer as hard as possible, and this dog buries itself into the ground, just trying to escape the pain that is now its life, as this hammer just goes sailing right over it.
As a bonus action, I cast Healing Words on the orc, so he gets 7 points back.
Okay.
Also, don't know if this helps. It also catches anything that is flammable on fire.
Okay. So
So literally everything over there is fire.
the forest is being burned.
Not helpful, actually. No.
Yeah. Trees are on fire. Good
You
enough.
had to
Thank you.
open your fucking mouth.
I had to be honest.
Gotta be honest.
To be fair, I thought we were on like the shore / sand, so I didn't. I mean, that technically would be.
Yeah,
helpful.
you were heading back towards
Yeah,
the beach
we're kind of in like a grassy area.
We had to go
Oh,
save
okay.
Kaine from the
from the
quicksand.
woods.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Made us say dumb though.
So it is now that dog's dead.
Oh,
Dio's
and
turn.
I want to use my movement to move forward.
Oh, okay.
My full 30 feet. Just running towards the orc.
Dio is going to move right here in front of this dog that's in front of Volah.
Okay.
And he gonna swing his rapier at this boy while casting Booming Blade.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's on a hit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Almost really good.
No, you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna use luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much better. It's 7 plus 8, 15.
Oh, that will hit.
Alright, so that's 7 plus 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's 7 plus 5 damage, which is 12. Plus another 2 fire damage, which is 14, and then 5 booming damage.
Yeah, just tell me how you
I'm assuming that once I cut through him, he just explodes.
if you want him to.
Alright, so I slice through him, and the booming explosion from Booming Blade just makes him go.
Like a.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
he's
Okay.
deleted.
Yeah. You only had 9 hit points left.
Overkill a bit, yeah. Which makes me wonder why someone decided, fuck it, Fireball's the right choice right now.
Everything told me that was a great choice.
All these extra hit points I got say otherwise.
Oh,
Okay.
actually, yeah, that was Did we
Yeah,
ever
he,
solve?
he killed 2 of those with the.
So do I just
You
get
only
the
get one.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
we
doesn't
said
stack.
it doesn't stack.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we said it did. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no.
sir.
Okay. So it comes to the only dog left, who is going to see if he got his teleport back. He didn't.
He's fucked.
He gets off of this orc. What is his speed? I
Not
believe
fast enough.
It's 40 feet, yeah. He is going to nope the fuck out. This was a horrible hunting trip, and bye. One.
You mean dogs actually can learn?
Okay, he runs back through the shrubbery and out of sight. You can hear the yips of pain as the dog is just trying to escape his life at this point. Yes.
It's my turn next. I still want to fire arrows at it.
Okay. It is your turn. Where are you? And let's see.
I'm literally right below that dog. I have a range of up to 600 feet.
Yeah. With disadvantage. What
Because of the
is?
trees.
Do you have sharpshooter?
I do not.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what is the first one? First number.
150.
150 is what you can shoot up to without taking disadvantage.
600.
And I can shoot up to
600
600.
is your max
Yeah.
distance.
So I can. I don't think he could have run 150 feet away.
No, but because of the shrubbery,
Yeah.
he will take disadvantage because you can't see him.
Okay.
You can just hear where he's at.
Okay.
Freddy's good at this.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll for hit.
Okay. So the first one is a 13. The second one is also is a 11.
The first one hits.
Nice.
And it does 12 damage.
As Birdie lets loose this arrow over the shrubbery and into the next beach, you can hear as a dog just whines, and then nothing.
Especially the bad guys.
They were attacking an orc. They were attacking this thing.
There's a pack of them. If there's more of them, I don't want them getting away to alert other creatures.
Also true.
So, as y'all finish this up,
I'm gonna stay on guard with my bow and an arrow drawn.
okay, the orc is starting to get up to his feet, and he's like holding something at his chest, and he's looking at the rest of you and trying to ease himself up because his back is still a little singed.
In Orcish, Volah says, "Please don't run or attack us. We don't have malice intentions. Or at least I don't."
If he makes a move on anybody, I'm throwing a fireball at him.
Okay.
No, just an Eldritch Blast. Just an Eldritch Blast.
I was
Just
about
an
to say.
We're all right here, Sailors!
I can throw it 150 feet.
At point blank, everybody standing around him is like, pulls out a knife and is like, boom!
This is the second time in 48 hours I've been exploded.
Explosion! Yeah, I'll stand kind of near Cyphos and hold an action for Frostbite for the same reason.
Alright, so as he stands up holding what looks like a necklace at his chest, he is wearing nothing but a loincloth. And he stands up staring at Volah, understanding her. Don't. This is mine.
I gotta just hold my hands up. We won't take it.
Tell him if he makes a move, I'm throwing this at him.
He's just looking at
Does
everybody.
he have the eyes?
He does not appear to have red eyes.
So many things are. Volah's so happy. Okay. Do you mind if I heal you more?
He's staring at you.
I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
As I'm casting the Cure Wounds, I ask him about his necklace. I just ask what's so special about it. He gets 7 points of health back.
Okay. As the wounds are closing up on his back, new skin forming over the burned skin falling away and new skin forming.
I wonder where I got that.
Yeah. He looks at you and starts to stand a bit straighter and begins letting go of what he was holding on to. It looks like a tusk. And he stares at you.
This is the symbol of our Lord.
With my religious knowledge, would I get a hint of what that could correlate to, or
From the things that you know of the old orcish religion, a tusk was never a symbol of anything within it.
okay? He does it our religious symbol. There's more of you here on the island.
Looks at you and he kind of looks down at the beach.
There were more, but they killed each other.
Oh, what was that? Do you know anything besides Orcish?
I don't speak any of your heathen languages.
Understandable.
I'll be watching the tree line.
Give me a perception.
I just nod as he says this, and I tell him, my name is Volah. What is yours?
Okay.
17.
17. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Thought you might have glimpsed like a movement off in one of the trees. As you look at it closer, it doesn't seem to be anything in particular.
Is there anything still burning close by?
So that's the grass.
No. Yes, some.
I light an arrow on fire and fire it at it.
Okay.
I trust nothing.
You hit a tree.
Yep.
It's on fire.
Yep.
Cool.
See, this is why
You're
we
welcome.
can't have an island. Because we're just going to burn it there.
If I know there's
He-
nothing on the island.
He sees Birdie fucking lighting the forest on fire and looks behind him and sees nothing but flames just licking at the rest of the woods.
I go back to my ship.
Wait, please. We need a little bit of info. As I cast Create Water and make it rain to put out the fire. It covers a 35-foot area, so...
As the rain quenches the
Fine.
flames,
Aw.
he's looking around, rain landing on him just a little bit. He's still looking down at the ground.
What do you want to know?
You didn't tell me his name, did you?
No.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to tell them that we're okay. As I gesture to, like, meeting him.
And he just kind of looks at you, like tilts his head a little to the side, and then he just kind of kneels, like bent knees, just kind of resting on the balls of his feet.
They don't trust our orcish ancestor. If you make any sudden movements, they might attack, so I need to tell them not to do that.
That just makes it sound like assholes.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's just sitting there.
Okay. So I turn to you guys.
Do I need to smoke them?
Look at his eyes.
They're orcish.
Oh,
They're not-
she's right. They're not red.
Right.
He's not like them. He's not sick. At one point there were others here on the island, but something attacked them, and I think it's only him. I think he lives on the ship. He wants to go back to it, which I don't blame him. It's
If he wants to go to the ship,
I point to the other ship that I assumed he was talking about, the one he ran from.
I think that's probably a good idea. I don't want to be out here in the open any longer. Something's not right.
You hear off in the distance the sound of what could be a very large cat.
I really don't like it.
Let's try not to set the forest on fire anymore, though.
I'm doing my magic eyeballs again.
Okay.
So I want to be able to see this shit.
Also, you lost that spell.
Huh?
Yeah, if you hold a spell for an action.
Oh, yeah, it's a cantrip. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
cantrip. I wasn't worried about
Eldritch
it.
Blast is a cantrip.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right.
Like,
I thought you
for some
said he
reason,
lost
I
his
was-
magic eyes. I was like,
I was
what?
like, I was
God!
I was about to be like, hang on, what? What the fuck does Island do to me?
No,
I was about to be
for
very
some
flippant.
for some reason, I thought you were still stuck on like fireballs. Like,
no,
I
no.
got this shit, guys.
No. Just Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Oh,
Hold on, if I may...
miscommunication.
Sorry.
Mine was also a cantrip. Just by the way.
Hi, if I might interject, I remember very specifically that I wanted to set part of a forest on fire, and now it's being done willy-nilly, and I think there should be repercussions for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the sound of me actually taking care of the animals and not just burning down.
You also
forest for no
injured an
reason.
innocent bystander, but, you know, it's neither this nor that.
Dio, it's not an elven forest. Let's move on, please.
It wasn't an
we don't
elven
need to be out
forest.
in the open anymore.
We were near Harva.
I mean,
nowhere near Harvard.
we didn't have Volah there at the time. So, I mean,
No.
one hurt guy.
The incident
control.
was at Harva.
It had no strategic advantage to us then, and it doesn't have any now.
It did have strategic value.
Dio,
Okay, y'all
less
need to
arguing,
quit speaking
more
your heathen's
moving.
language.
I'm gonna keep speaking because I don't want to. I don't know.
Heathen
Orcish.
language?
Yeah, that's
Well, I didn't grow up with any other languages.
what common is.
we need to move, Birdie says.
Yeah, well, we're not just gonna force ourselves on his ship, so we need to at least
Well, if
ask
he
him.
wants to go back, then we're escorting him there.
Dio just starts shaking his ass at Bernie. Hi, there, happy? I'm moving.
We can leave him here.
No, you
the
can't.
orc will have a playmate.
I can fly. I'll beat you to the ship.
We should just let's go to whatever ship he was talking about.
Well, tell him we'll escort him to his ship.
I turned to him. They've dropped the spells? I'd say kind of weirdly. Do you mind if we head back to your ship with you? We kind of crashed on this island. And I literally do like air quotes. We don't really know this land that well.
He looks at the rest of the party.
I'm not looking at him, I'm looking at the forest.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
He looks at. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
He looks at the rest of the party, and doesn't make any eye contact with Volah, looking back down at the ground and kind of looking at himself, seeing the freshly healed wounds on his arms.
Fine.
He gets up and he begins walking back towards the ship.
I picked up a charred dog on the way there.
Okay.
Bunch?
No, not the ones that got ashed, but the one that just got charred.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that are edible.
The one that was chewing on his arm earlier.
Okay. I also pick up my light hammer as I pass it.
Okay.
Never mind.
Were you about to say
I was like, I'm going
her?
to pick up the hammer because
Oh,
apparently Dio becomes more responsible for Volah's weapons.
Did Kaine finally come down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually, Kaine does drift back down to the ground. Actually, how does that end?
Actually, I think it just stops.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
It's only
She's a monk. She
yeah,
can't
she's a
take
monk.
all
It's a
damage from that
20-foot
high.
drop. It's fine. I'm sorry, it floats you
Yeah,
gently
it floats
to the
She'll
ground.
fall into the ground.
It, as the party travels to this orc's ship, Kaine does eventually begin to gently float down and is eventually just being led by a rope, looking for squid people.
Right, hold on. Kaine? You'll be running off. I don't have another one of these spells.
You know,
If I see squid people, I'm running.
You know, the irony
You
of
can't
him
stop.
saying it sounds bizarre hearing it from Dio.
Oh God, does the orc hear this? The telepathy?
Yes, he can
Oh,
hear
God.
it in his head.
He doesn't
He-
understand it, but
He's just looking around. He stops for a moment and turns back to the party,
What's up?
and he's looking at all of you except for Volah,
I have Kaine on a leash, essentially.
and he's like,
Still watching the woods.
You have a god with you.
You're welcome.
I felt their presence upon my mind.
This is why I stay here. I look after them.
you don't understand him.
Oh, is he saying in common or?
no, he does. He only speaks Orcish.
Oh, okay. I thought he's okay. That's why I
No.
was confused. I was like, oh, cool.
I smile. Kind of just like looking down. She, as I point to Kaine, can speak to others through her mind.
He
Should have just said she was a god.
Ooh.
Not gonna falsify a god. Fold's not about that. She has studied and worships one. She's not gonna give credit to one unless it's validated.
Where is her totem of power? I don't see it.
and he's looking at Kaine like up and down.
I grab the Rifter's necklace, having my hand over like the face of it. But I lift it to show. It's a medallion that she wears that grants her this ability.
Well, she's staring at us funny.
And I pick it back.
I think it's male.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
Your god has different ways from ours.
There are many gods with many different teachings and powers.
And he turns away from you and begins walking back to his boat again.
Kaine's a god because she can speak to our brains. Noted. Well, it kind of just says that loud as we follow him
I kinda
in
look-
common.
I just kind of look back at Kaine.
I do the
You
same.
hear that? You upgraded. First the monk.
I do
now a
have
god.
that effect on people.
The
You're
god,
not wrong.
big anime titties.
So
Goddess smut.
as the As the party continues further, you eventually reach this ship that has just been completely run aground. Part of the hull has been just completely shattered, and it is nowhere near being seaworthy anymore. It also looks like it may have been here for a little while. He leads you into the ship, and there are no bodies laying around. It's mostly empty, filled with... That seems like a contradiction. It's mostly empty, filled with...
We weren't going to call you on it.
It's mostly empty. All it contains is a couple of crates, few bones off in the corner that don't look humanoid, and a patch of sand that had looked like it had been brought into this little area. There's a bit of a fire that kind of smoke that will raise out in through an opening in the ceiling, air quotes. I'm sorry, overhead. We are still on a ship, technically.
Use these nautical terms while you can, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Like, cozy.
Volah, what was he out looking for that caused him to run from the pack of dogs? Or they looked like dogs. They should have dogs.
I've never seen a dog that looks like that.
Okay.
They were dog-like.
After reading that bestiary a long time ago in the Elven capital, did those things look like something from there?
Give me a history check with advantage.
I was about to say, do I still get
fey.
advantage? 17 in history?
Yep.
20. 30, 20.
You do recognize them from this book to be blink dogs. Yeah. I wanted to call them hounds. I really want to make like another creature and call it a blink hound and just like a little tougher.
Oh yeah, no, those were blink
Bigger
hounds. Those are,
bone.
I want to call it the same
Like a
thing.
mastiff.
Those are blink dogs, by the way. In case anyone was curious.
Hi, but I'm pretty sure all dogs have eyelids.
I put it down. Do
Hi.
ta-da meat to cook with.
I mean, it's
He
already
says
kind of
blink dog,
cooked.
but do I know what a blink dog is?
No.
Yeah. Cool.
They can teleport.
It's good there's not 180.
Fuck!
As they discuss this, I ask him, do you mind if
Keep
we...
it skinned. I want it.
Sorry, they're loud. Do you mind if we, can we eat this?
Yes.
What would
He's like looking at the carcass. The little drool coming down his face.
Alright. It is safe to eat. And then, again, back in Orcish. So what were you doing out there? Were you looking for something or just food?
Hunting. And then I became prey.
That's a scary feeling.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Volah, there's still another dead one out there, if
Yeah.
we need more.
I mean, if two of y'all want to go back. He was just out there hunting.
Oh, okay.
And then new pack of them.
Safe.
Hunter becomes hunted.
Right. I guess me and Syphos can go bring it back real quick.
Just be careful, please.
I'm gonna stand guard. About how far is it to the tree line from the ship?
From the ship, it's probably about 60 feet.
See if
so
you
about
find
30
any
feet from the
other,
ship.
like, vegetable
I'm gonna
stuff
stand
or
like some
fruit.
like halfway.
I
in
know,
between.
it's gonna walk out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stand like halfway in between,
Okay.
and I'm gonna, watch the direction that they're going back off in.
Okay.
Heeding Volah's comment, I will, on the way back, attempt to keep an eye out for anything I can readily identify as edible foliage.
Okay.
Almost.
Come,
vegetables.
Mr.
Give-
Tallyman, telling me banana.
Give me a nature check.
Nature. I wish that was
Dio will be making breakfast.
Oh my god.
Okay.
First things first, he's gonna cast Create Bonfire.
In
Not
the fire pit?
bonfire.
Okay.
Or
I
just create a fire.
just create fire.
Yeah, or whatever the spell's called.
Okay. There you have
There's-
create bonfire. and
Yeah,
There's
there's
also
There's
There
two
is
different spells.
bonfire.
Create Bonfire.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will let you know that this is a fairly small space
Oh,
with the majority of it being wood.
I will create Bonfire outside.
Okay. Do you have any fuel?
Oh,
Or are you
Cyphos.
just gonna...
I'm gone.
He's with me.
You haven't left yet.
Have we not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
they
do.
No, yeah. Have
We're walking away.
You said that there was like an area, like a hole
I'm not done.
in the top of it.
Yep.
Does
She's
he
getting
have like a
suspicious.
fire pit already like
Yeah,
sort
he
of
does
built?
have a fire pit.
I'll just steal wood from there.
Just make. Why are you moving his fire pit? Just make a fire right there.
I have to. I can't make a fire. I have to use magic. And
I turned to him. Would you? He doesn't know how to make a fire. Would you mind lighting this so we can
Why?
have dinner?
Well, it's gotta be breakfast, love.
You don't know Orcish.
I get food. I eat.
Oh. We're gonna give you new food. Show you a new way of having food.
He's still just kind of looking anywhere but in your direction.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you need my flint and whetstone?
Please.
You are 30 feet
I
away
know.
outside. The orc does grab some sticks. One that looks like it has a blackened tip to it, and another that just has a divot in it with a little notch in it, and begins just going to town, all Boy Scout style.
Oh boy.
There's your sound effect.
As me and Gio are there, I'm just like, and this is how you make a fire without magic.
Aye, seems like a whole lot of shite that you don't need to go through.
Takes.
What's kind of doing?
That's a good question.
I'm just chilling.
Chilling like a villain, just like, yo.
Being a god and whatnot.
I swear, this gets to her head, I'm gonna have to hurt her.
Oh my gosh.
So it takes about 2 minutes, and the orc's able to make a fire, getting it to a decent burn. Looks at Dio and gestures to the fires like,
There.
Alright, so I'm going to take the dog meat and try to prepare it into, would I have any bowls on me?
I feel like we did have. I thought you had cooking utensils or something.
we had a bunch of cooking utensils.
If you have an adventurers kit, you have a
He has
mess
cook.
kit.
He has cooks utensils,
Mhm.
like literally cooks utensils.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
his
if that-
tool set.
So
We'll specify the cooking utensils as a pot, like a big simmering pot, a saucepan, a frying pan, butcher's knife, a big spoon, and as just a cooking set for you,
He also
we'll
has
say
spices.
like two bowls.
2 bowls?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
spice.
Yeah, and spices.
But that, I don't think it's necessarily included.
No,
Yeah.
but we have said before that he
Yeah.
has spices and restocks them.
As a part of the cooking utensil set, that's what is in there.
Dio will make a meaty breakfast.
Please tell me, what kind of breakfast are you making out of dog?
I'm trying to think of what would be a good meaty breakfast.
Well, all we need is a fey chicken, and then we just have some.
Yeah. I can't think of a breakfast that Dio can make out of this. So Dio will just make a regular meal with spices.
All right. Give me a performance check. Straight.
Nice. 15 plus 8, 23.
Okay. You cut up the dog into some like quarters, whereas like the ribs, the hindquarters, its legs are kind of cut away from its body.
Creator.
You know, and you are able to get some, find some like binding. What do you call the ring around a barrel?
I think you just call it binding.
The iron binding for a barrel.
Barrel ring.
Barrel ring.
Yeah, I don't think it has a special name. And if it
Yeah.
does, I have no idea.
So
Place in the comments.
you find one of those, and situate it in a way to where you can rest the body over the fire and let it start cooking, flipping it, adding seasonings as you do, and
Like this, of course.
okay.
Did they find any forageable
I was about to ask that, and then noticed that
David got a dirty 20.
a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do find some vegetables out there.
Little 50 wild pineapples.
There are some coconuts, some bananas, some wild carrots. Pretty lucky you're finding all this stuff randomly in this little area, but yeah, you have coconuts, bananas, and wild carrots.
Cool. And we found the other dog, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It was easy to find. Bring all these things back as Dio's cooking this one dog.
Also, as they pass by with the carcass of the second dog, I pull my arrow out and take it back.
Okay.
As Dio
Okay.
cooks, sorry, I do want to ask him questions.
Okay.
I ask him, so the other orcs that were here, I guess they fought amongst each other? Is that what happened?
Yes. We landed here unexpectedly. We were adrift. We lost our blessing from our Lord. And then, night after night, things went missing. And we began to turn on another.
The ones that started to turn on each other, did their eyes change as well?
No. The blessing had all lost it by that point.
So, when you had the blessing, did your eyes look like this? As I close my eyes, cast thermology, and when I open them, they're like the red of the orcs.
He looks up at you, and you can see his eyes go wide.
This is impossible. You are an abomination. Our Lord would never.
And he's like getting a little agitated and kind of pacing back and forth. And
Cyphos notice this?
anybody in the ship can notice this.
Okay, yeah, if he definitely makes any kind of move, I'm throwing an Eldritch Blast in his face.
Okay.
Birdie's still guarding outside.
I close my eyes and it disappears. It's just a magic trick that I know I can't receive this blessing. Sorry.
He looks back down at the ground and just kind of silently stands there. Just watch. I'm just seeing Ben with his fist held up in the air, like I'm gonna punch this motherfucking air.
Punch this guy with an eldritch blast to the face.
It's reminding me of that that picture. What was it? The aardvark from I think it was Arnold.
Oh,
Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah.
That picture
To be continued. Yeah. So.
So you were sailing. Were you sailing from the south, or?
We came from the Fire People's land. And that is where the portal left us.
Oh, I wish I had tongues on right now. Damn it. Okay.
Wow. Okay. After how long at sea did you lose your god's blessing? Or after coming out of the portal?
Most of us had the blessing while on the land of fire. But after traveling on the sea for a few days, we began to feel it, our Lord's presence, slip away from us.
Do you have to roll again for the second dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please don't try this. 2.
Actually, not as great, but still pretty good. 13 plus 8, so 21.
Yeah. Try something new with the carrots and the coconuts. It's pretty good.
Checking the tree line.
Give me a perception check.
14.
You don't see anything in the tree line, but you can hear very large, deep-chested grunts coming from far into the forest.
Oh, great. Gorillas.
Keeping an eye on it. Munching on dog ribs.
Oh man, okay.
Alright, Volah, it might be time to stop asking him questions and,
This dinner, I'm assuming.
Hi, food!
Okay.
Delicious nourishment. I worked so hard on this. I don't know what to call it.
I get a bowl?
Oh, they're not in bowls, it's just a cup.
Well, do I find any bowl-ish type objects around?
Just rip off
There's
a leg.
planks laying around.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to
You
rip off a
plate.
leg and give it to him.
I don't know what you cooked and how you cooked this.
You're
Is
in
it
the
a
same,
stew? Is
you're in the
it-
same
No,
area.
it's a barbecue,
Okay.
essentially.
I find the biggest piece and rip it off for him, and I
I-
hand it to him.
I wanted the leg.
It's a nice hind leg.
I killed the damn thing.
Seconds, let him eat it.
Hi, if only
There's
there were 3
of
other
those.
ones left.
Technically, 7.
No, well, not hind legs.
Well, yeah, but there's still 7 legs.
Here, take this hind leg.
Yeah.
And he takes it from you and is just like slowly eating at the leg, and he takes a bite and just starts vigorously chewing down on dog meat.
Oh, why would you do that to me? How could you?
Does it look like a guy like in a rib contest just going?
Yeah.
I imagine the eat animation from Monster Hunter.
Oh my god, this is gross.
Hey, Finn, you're next.
No.
Absolutely not.
Finn's asleep.
You have disadvantage all night for making us think of that.
As the rest of us eat, I kind of go over them with them. I'm just like, so he actually came through a rift, I'm guessing from the Badlands, and ended up on the Fire Island. To them, the madness is considered a blessing. from their lord, whom I haven't asked yet who that is. Once they left the land after 3 days at sea, they lost the effects of the madness. Basically the story of what happened to his crew once they landed here. Things started disappearing night after night, and they just turned on each other.
Well, he's got a nice cooked meal. Might be time to leave.
Well, this presents a bit of a problem.
Aye, because you have to close a rift.
No, because I have to kill the things that come out of it.
Aye, right.
Oh, technically, then you'd have to kill me.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's...
Again, you're not originally from there.
No, they aren't either. If they used a rift to cross from the Badlands that they've been banished to in the south to get to the Fire Island, then they're not originally from out of the rift.
Okay, I'm just gonna not sugarcoat it. Again, I'm to kill orcs.
You're not going to kill them, or
I'm
we're
supposed
seriously
to.
going to have an issue.
Oh, we might. Not just you and me. I respect your people. Well, I respect.
Huh?
Yeah. But, again, this is not my judgment call.
Yeah, and it's not his fault that he came from there. And this is actually very great knowledge to have, whom we should probably take with us to hand him over to get
Well,
at least more information.
This is also one of the people that was sent to go to, I assume, the Terracotta Desert.
Well, I'm wondering if he leaves this island,
If he gets
the
too
madness
close,
returns.
it might just be a proximity. If they're too far away from
Which I'm guessing he doesn't
a horde.
know what this place is, or where we are, either.
They were lost at sea. They just landed adrift here.
Exactly. If he gets too close to the other orcs, and the madness returns, and he's with us.
Well, then just leave him here. You don't have to kill him at that point.
Aye, by the looks of it, he'll probably die fairly soon.
Exactly. Would you rather us leave him here, him die by himself,
At least he has a chance at survival. He's been here this long.
or we put him out for mercy?
Aye, he's not a dying animal.
That's
I look over at Dio.
He's not.
At this point, it'd be a waste of spells, Psychos.
If he stays here, he's going to end up a dying animal.
Aye, well, that's his choice.
right, and we haven't found any information on how to get off of the island either.
Hey, Volah, would he be adverse to me searching the ship? Or what's left of it?
Probably not. I can always ask. I look at him and I tell him, the human would like to search the ship.
As you're saying this, he's dropped the hind leg and is eyeing one of the ribs on the fire. Just like,
As I see him eyeing it, I pull it off and hand it to him.
Sure.
You may search the ship.
Sweet. Also, there's something huge in that jungle. Somebody might want to keep an eye on that. And she goes, I want to go topside. See if there's any cabins that are still intact at all. I want to look for, specifically for any kind of paperwork that might tell us where they were planning to go, if they had orders anywhere. I don't care what language it's written in. I'm looking for anything because we can then take it back and have it, magic. They can do magicy wagicy stuff to it. I don't care.
okay.
So I'm looking for anything that could be information.
So as you go up, give me a investigation check for the ship.
Okay.
As she steps away, I fill her place, kind of watching.
Okay.
And as he does that, I would like to ask, Heidi, while you were up in the air, you saw the orc and the dogs running towards us. Did you see anything else while you were up there?
I didn't see these weird statue
fucking thing over in the middle of the island.
Well, we might want to look
can ask
into that
him.
when we get a chance. Well, we should ask him first, and then if he doesn't know anything about it, we probably should go look ourselves.
As you go up to the top and begin searching through room, you are able to find what is probably the captain's quarters.
Okay.
You do find some papers lying about. They're just about the only thing left in the entire ship. There's some papers, some books, a few bits of cloth here and there, but it looks like the ship itself has been picked clean of just about everything else. And as you're gathering up these materials, you can hear a incredibly large and bellowous roar coming from the forest.
And I'm on the deck of the ship now, essentially, right?
You're in the captain's quarters.
Is
The
that
sound,
facing out towards sea or back in?
the door is facing towards the island.
Okay.
You can hear the sound of snapping trees getting louder and louder, and that is where we're gonna end it for the night. It's 1 o'clock.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh. There's so much I want to know.
For real.
Welcome to godhood, Antonio. How does that feel?
Hey, Ben here. Thanks for listening to the Ring of Contrarians podcast. We have new episodes out every 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month. You can find us anywhere you can find podcasts, and now on YouTube. You can find us at Ring of Contrarians, both on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for listening.